fly ball out towards center field. This one's going back, and this one is gone! Taylor gets this one out towards center field to the short part, and it's a grand slam! That's a floater, out to short. And it's good, off the shortstop's glove! Just like they drew it from Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! Grant Fournier, 2-run shot to right.
An entire season's work of effort, an entire season's work of dedication and perseverance comes down to today. For the third year in a row, our sectional championship palooza is in the Group 1 stage. 2023, where we were at Corolla Field in Buna for coverage of the Buna Chiefs and the Audubon Green Wave. Buna won that game 8-4. Last year, Woodstown and Gloucester topped them all at Jim Kelly Field with a walk-off sacrifice fly to give Gloucester their first sectional title in 50 years, to the day. But today, I'm back at my alma mater. But today, the foes from Salem County come to town with a 21-1 record. It's the Schalick Cougars and the Audubon Green Wave for all of the marbles on this Thursday afternoon. 600-win head coach Rich Horan has shifted around the lineup a little bit in recent days. They had a convincing first-round playoff win over Paulsboro, and then 4- and 3-run squeakers, specifically over Buna and Maple Shade. But Audubon's looking for their first sectional title in 8 years. 2017 was the last time that they took home the gold. But for Schalick, they've been waiting 33 years. 1992, when Pearl Jam was a rookie, was when Schalick last took home the sectional title. But Sean O'Brien, the head coach of the Cougars since 2021, and the former Salem head coach, meeting at home plate with, again, the 33-year veteran of the Audubon Green Wave, Rich Horan. Two pitchers with sub-2 ERAs ready to go. Luke Pokrovsky, the Penn commit. Nick Caladros, the Rutgers Camden commit. Right in front of our very eyes, the Green Wave are ready to go, and so are we. We've got DWB baseball. For everything that is good, it's going to be a good day. Here at the Hank Greenberg Field, I'm Dan Wilkins with Vincent Vogt. We'll be right back. It doesn't get much better than this. We are at the sectional championship of South Jersey Group 1, as it's going to be a good night. And the man who's going to get it started is that man right there, Nick Caladros. He comes into this game with 44 innings pitched and 46 Ks, 12 earned runs, and a 1.91 ERA. That number is shockingly up from his monster junior year where he had a 0.3 ERA. And across nearly 700 pitches, only had 2 earned runs the entire season. Comes into this one, though, with a 1.75 career ERA and 156 career strikeouts. As a member of the Green Wave, he joins his battery mate Trent Bannell at Rutgers Camden next year with head coach Ryan Kulik. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the visiting Schalick Cougars, brought to you by Harper Driving School. First off, it should be no surprise. Luke Pokrovsky is the pitcher in the leadoff spot. Ricky Watt bats second behind the plate. Ryan Seepers in left field. Evan Seepers, rather, in left field batting third. Jamari Whitley is at third base, batting fourth. Lucas D'Agostino in right. Evan Glaspie at second. Enrico Hatz at first. Joseph Tyler Fleming and Elijah Cummings rounding it out. Just 3 minutes past 4 o'clock. Here at the home of the Green Wave, Hank Greenberg Field. For all of the marbles, Green Wave looking for their first gold in 8 years. Schalick for the first in 33. Caladros delivers with a first pitch curveball. It misses low and we're underway. Obviously, these two teams, despite being the top 2 seeds in this tournament, have not had much history versus each other. There's a swing and a miss, 1-1 by Pokrovsky. Pokrovsky committed to Penn. He'll have a year at Penn with his older brother and Schalick grad Jarrett Pokrovsky. But a .480 hitter at the dish with a .099 ERA. A fly ball to right. Bozarth is there. And Pokrovsky's retired for the first out of the ball game. Well, I think that Schalick barreling up Caladros early could be a sign of things to come, especially if they find a way to get a good ball off the bat. I mean, Bozarth being the junior right fielder doesn't have too much experience outside of the last couple of weeks in that spot. So he will have a tall task today defending it. As Ricky Watt is the batter after a 3-pitch at bat to Pokrovsky, ended with a fly out to right. Watt, the catcher, checks at the first pitch. They say yes. And it's 0-1. One that time. Schalick 21-1 on the season. Really incredible what they've been able to accomplish in 2025. As another swing, 1-2. I apologize, they are 21-2. Their loss came to the first round Haddonfield Bulldogs in the Diamond Classic. Haddonfield, the 1 seed in South Jersey Group 2 this season, and they lost to Pennsville in a late season matchup on the 19th of May, 8-2. But Haddonfield, I mean, they're one of the top teams in the state. And they made it to the Diamond Classic final, falling to Mainland. Counts 2-2. Down and away, got past Bannell. Three balls, 2 strikes to Watt. Schalick looking for their first base runner here in the early going. As we said, the last time that Schalick and Audubon played each other was June of 2011, when Schalick was 4-16, and a line drive. One hop to Wiltsey, throw across is in time, and Watt is retired. Man, this crowd is already loud and proud. And now the batter will be in the 3 slot for Schalick. Evan Seepers in left field today. And then the first 3 for Audubon. Fly ball, left field, going back Schofield. He's got it. And the inning is over. Seepers with a quick fly out, and the Cougars go down in order in the top of the first. We go to the bottom half. Let's see what the Green Wave have in store. No score. There we go. Sorry about that. We had an issue with our sound. We were talking about Luke Pokrovsky, and the first pitch to Tyler Wiltsey is a strike called 0-1. As we said, though, Luke Pokrovsky, 350 career strikeouts. I'll just do a little synopsis of what I said. 0.77 ERA, 93 strikeouts, and 5 earned runs. I mean, that's just unbelievable. 122 in his junior season. Only needs 7 today to pick up 100 strikeouts in back-to-back seasons. Two Division I commits going at it. Rutgers commit Tyler Wiltsey. Manning shortstop today. He played center field for a good chunk of his senior season with transfer Cade Schofield coming in. But now the pitch. That'll be ball 4. Misses inside. And Wiltsey's going to get a little break there, as that one did look close, but I usually try not to judge from the outfield. Either way, though. Here is Trent Bannell. Check that. This is the pitcher, Nick Caladros. Pokrovsky looking over at first. And the pitch. Caladros shows bunt. Here's a strike called. Let's take a look at that Audubon Green Wave starting lineup presented by Harper Driving School. Again, Tyler Wiltsey in the leadoff spot. He just picked up a walk. So then Nick Caladros in the 2 slot. Trent Bannell in the 3rd. Lance Furness at first base. Gabe McCracken the DH. Chase Bozarth in right field. Cade Schofield in left. Pedro Marte is the second baseman. And freshman Matt Brogley is at 3rd. 0-1. Throw to first, not in time. Audubon might be one of the loudest teams that I have ever seen. And 99% of the time, they have the results to back it up. Strike called there. And it's 0-2. Again, Pokrovsky probably keeping a close eye on Wiltsey at first. Throw back to first is not in time. Again, Caladros, the pitcher, with his man in the on-deck circle, Trent Bannell, committed to Rutgers Camden. Another throw over to first, not in time. So Wiltsey still working through it here with the runner on. Now he goes. He will get down to second base. The throw is not in time. He swipes the bag. Pokrovsky tried throwing behind the runner, and Wiltsey made him pay. Gets in a scoring position now. And that walk really is going to be paying dividends for the Green Wave if they can get a run home here. Count is still 0-2 to Caladros. High chopper, it's in play. Watt goes over, throw to Hatz at first is in time. And Tyler Wiltsey on his horse, he gets down to 3rd. And the Green Wave are in business. I mean, they were in business already when you put Tyler Wiltsey on base, but more so with that all considered. Here's Trent Bannell. A little 2-3 dribbler for the first out of the inning. It's like we said, Pokrovsky, not sure if anybody has done what Luke Pokrovsky has done. I mean, 10 home runs, and if he gets 7 Ks today, hang on, fly ball, center field. It is dropped by Joseph Tyler Fleming. He slams his hand into the ground. Bannell's at second. Run scores. 1-0 Audubon. An error in center field. And Schalick trips up first. It's 1-0 Green Wave. Man, that's a heartbreaker right there for Joseph Tyler Fleming in center field. I mean, listen, he's a good ball player, and then just a mistake like that. Looked like he missed it in one way or another. I think Wiltsey was going to score anyway because it would have been a sacrifice fly, and he's quick. But the other half of that argument is that, yeah, he could make the play, but then you'd have 2 outs in the inning. This now puts a runner in scoring position and 1 away for the cleanup man for Ness, manning first base today for the Green Wave. 1 ball, 1 strike from Pokrovsky. Right at the knees. Good call there, 1-2. Next will be the designated hitter, Gabe McCracken. McCracken started on Tuesday in the semifinal versus Maple Shade. Audubon scored 4 runs in the first 3 innings and then didn't get any more as they won it 4-1. Throw down to first is in time. Bandle's actually going to advance to third on the strikeout. And there's 2 away. Very good crowd on hand here as summer is finally starting to get into effect here. It's 86 degrees today, real feel of 84, a little bit of a breeze. But it's one of those breezes that just feels nice. It shouldn't be enough to affect the hitters or the pitchers or the fielders. You know, we've seen some very windy games in our day, especially in March and April, but today is just a nice summer day. It's an 0-2 count. Schalick will bat 4, 5, and 6 in the second. There's a swing and a miss. He got him. And Luke Pokrovsky gives up 1, but it'll be unearned as an error in center field brings home the game first run. It's Audubon 1, Schalick nothing after 1 frame here at the Hank.
All right. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
We are through 1 here at Hank Greenberg Field. Audubon got a run on an error in center field by Joseph Tyler Fleming. And the Green Wave lead at 1-0. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, 614 Lambs Road. It's the South Jersey Group 1 final. Schalick 21-2, Audubon 20-7. You don't get much better than this. And again, 2 top-of-the-line commits. Nick Caladros again to Rutgers Camden. He's joining the man that he is catching the game with, Trent Bannell, in Camden in 2026. With graduation set for maybe 2 weeks out from now. Here's the 1-1. That one is high. It's 4, 5, and 6 for Schalick. Whitley, DiAgostino, and Glaspie. But when I say top of the line commit, it doesn't matter that Pokrovsky's going to Penn and Caladros is going to Rutgers Camden to Division III. Rutgers Camden made the Division III World Series, or at least they made the regionals. And they happen to be seated in the bracket with the #1 team, Johns Hopkins, which just got knocked out by Messiah a couple of days ago in the D3 World Series. As Whitley lines it to center field. Stucklin comes in, he can't get there. He lost the ball. Whitley takes a hard turn and stops. It's a base hit for Jamari Whitley. And Schalick has their first base runner and hit of this final. I think that's one of those shake it off plays right there. Stocklin hasn't manned center field too much this year, and you know, you might think that left, center, and right are pretty much interchangeable, but they aren't really. I mean, Stocklin, who has played in left a lot this season for the Green Wave, has had to find a little bit of a new home. I mean, Connor Chester's not in the lineup. He's hit a couple of home runs this year. He's been a bit of a power bat. So it is a little bit unconventional. Marte at second. Schofield, the Highland transfer, is in left. Another throw down to first, not in time. So Caladros, before throwing a pitch to DiAgostino, has already had 2 pickoff moves. Another one, not in time. Green Wave lead at 1-0. Again, an error in center field by Joseph Tyler Fleming got the Green Wave on the board. Caladros ready. He's thrown to first 3 times. Now finally faces DiAgostino and gets a strike. DiAgostino, the senior utility man manning right field today, taps it. Marte could be there. Now it's the first baseman who's got it. Wiltsey gets the out. DiAgostino's safe at first. It's going to be a 3-6 fielder's choice. And Whitley is retired for the first out. And now it will be Evan Glaspie, the sophomore. Second baseman today. He's batting .375. 2 home runs, 21 for 56. 16 RBI and 13 walks. He's a career .326 hitter. Right now, as we were talking with the Schalick coaching staff, seems like that Pokrovsky's going to be just, you know, the guy that they're going to go to unless they get into trouble. And DiAgostino is probably, not guaranteed, but probably going to be the next guy in line if things fall apart. That one's lined center field. That one's over for Stocklin. It's going to drop. Played it to his left, or check that, played it to his right. It's a base hit. The sophomore Evan Glaspie gets on, and Schalick, after having a hiccup in the bottom of the first, has clapped right back with back-to-back singles, or a single, a fielder's choice, and then another one, so a single sandwich. And Enrico Hatz will be the batter now. The senior first baseman for Schalick, a career .293 hitter. He's had 30-plus at-bats in all 4 seasons dating back to 2022. This year, 20 for 69, .290 hitter, 6 walks, 3 hit by pitches, and 12 RBI. Hatz in the 7 slot. He'll be followed by Joseph Tyler Fleming, the center fielder, and then Elijah Cummings, the shortstop, in the 9 slot. (1-0). That one's lined. Left center field. Stockland dives. It gets past him. This one's going to go towards Schofield in left center. He picks it up. One run's going to come in, stopping at second, and he will score. Enrico Hatz, RBI double, and the game is tied. 1-1. They are getting Caladros bright and early here. That's 3 singles in 4 at-bats, 4 straight runners to reach. And this is in the 7 slot in the order, too. Not exactly your power belt, but an RBI double by Enrico Hatz. And we are tied up. I love that piece of hitting there from Hatz. No hesitation, no forgiveness, just everything that you want there. Now Caladros missing outside on the curveball to Joseph Tyler Fleming. And yet again, another opportunity for JTF to succeed if he can make up for his error by giving the Cougars the lead. Here's the 1-0. That one skips in, cricket pitch. Man, this has been a good inning for Schalick. Even if they don't get anything here, there's only 1 out. And that was on the fielder's choice. Everybody's been hitting, everybody's been eating, and if you're Sean O'Brien, you love to see it. 2-1 now. Crowd started coming in here as soon as the school bell dismissed at 2:30 this afternoon. For what is sure to be an instant classic, we're already starting to see remnants of that today. Ground ball, foul down the third base line, and it's 2-2. Again, if you're Tyler Fleming in this situation, a bloop single can really change the dynamic of this ball game. 2-run single to immediately follow Hatz's RBI double. You got to feel good about it. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Oh, no, never mind. Got 2-2. Must have read the scoreboard wrong. I apologize. Don't know where that came from. Vince, what did you have?
Yeah, I had the same thing.
You had 2-2? All right.
Yeah,
He got a bonus life. This time he does so well with it. That's a base hit. Left field. Coming in to score will be D'Agostino. RBI single for Joseph Tyler Fleming, and the Cougars have taken the lead. It's 2-1. Schalick's just hitting. They're hitting, and hitting. As Wade Geis, pitching coach for the Green Wave, will come out and talk. So Glaspie came in that time. D'Agostino was the first run. He's got the 9-hitter now. Elijah Cummings, the shortstop. As the Green Wave will look to avoid the short Cummings and end the inning without too much long-lasting damage. I mean, it's already 2-1. That's been said and done. There's a fly ball. It's out to center field. Stockland is there. Runner will tag. Here comes Hatz. He scores. 3-run frame for Schalick. It's 3-1. Man, even when they get outs, they just know how to hit the ball. This is fundamental baseball here, and now this gives not only Schalick a 2-run lead, but it gives Luke Pokrovsky so much to work with. With Luke Pokrovsky, a man who's only given up 5 earned runs all season from March whenever to June and has 95 strikeouts. He picked up 2 more in the first inning. A 2-run lead is almost like unlimited ammo. There's a swing and a miss by Pokrovsky, who flew out to right his first time. 0-1. Got on top of it that time and missed it. 0-2. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 runs home for Pokrovsky. He'd be followed by Ricky Watt. But Schalick with a lot of gas in the tank. Caladros throws the first, not in time, checking on Fleming. So a 3-run frame. A single by Whitley, fielder's choice by DiAgostino, then a base hit by Glaspie, an RBI double by Hatz, an RBI single by Joseph Tyler Fleming to take the lead, and then a sacrifice fly by Elijah Cummings to make it 3-1. It's 1-2. Caladros has thrown his 30th pitch, as this is the 7th batter of the inning for Schalick, and has been a real crowd pleaser for the visitors and a crowd silencer for the home team. They come back, though, with a strikeout. Caladros picks up his first. Damage done. Schalick gets their bats ringing with 3 runs across, including an RBI double to tie the game by Enrico Hatz and a bloop single by Joseph Tyler Fleming, who recovers from his error in the first inning. It's 3-1 Cougars going to the bottom of the second.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Luke Pokrovsky now has a little bit more to work with. The Green Wave led it 1-0, and then 3 runs came to the aid of Schalick, as 7 batters came around in the top of the second. There's a swing and a miss by Chase Bozarth at 6, 7, and 8. Bozarth, Schofield, and Marte. Strike 2 that time. Again, in this situation, you can't really complain if you're Schalick. I mean, you got an early lead. Now you have a lot of ammo to work with Pokrovsky, who's already struck out 2, and you're facing the bottom of the order. I honestly think that when you look at these two teams on paper, I think Audubon fills in the holes a little bit better, but Schalick's got a better lineup top to bottom. I think that if you look at case in point, the results of that second inning. I mean, where did those RBIs come from? They came from 6 and below in the order. Enrico Hatz tied it. Joseph Tyler Fleming took the lead. I mean, that is exactly what you want if you're Schalick. The 7-hitter ties the game, the 8-hitter takes the lead, and the 9-hitter extends the lead. If you're Schalick, even if Luke Pokrovsky doesn't do anything tonight, that still gives him a lot of confidence. Bozarth, right field. It's hit pretty well. Going back, this is playable, and a little outstrung catch there in right by DiAgostino is the first out of the second, and a good play there. I like that, though, from DiAgostino. He just kind of paced back. Right field is almost calamity corner here sometimes because it's a little bit hard to pick up the ball off the bat. So the fact that he was able to get there without issue, that one's high. To Schofield, Audubon's dugout got a little bit to say. Caladros ended the second with 31 pitches. all 3 of his runs are earned. There's a swing and a miss there. 1-1. But at this point in time, I think that they are doing their best to figure out what's the best course of action here. You know, do you try to attack Pokrovsky and try to hit it where it hurts, or do you go one by one? Do you try to take a page out of the Woodstown book? By the way, let's go over some updates from around town. Looks like we've got Haddonfield up on Collingswood in the Group 2 final, 4-0. It's inside. Pokrovsky with a bit of a hard hit off the mound there. It's now 3-2. Haddonfield leads Collingswood 4-0 after 1. Big inning there for the Bulldogs. And he got him. 3 for Pokrovsky. He sets him down, and there are 2 away here in the second. That will now bring up Pedro Marte as Schofield goes down on strikes, the sophomore. In the bottom of the 5th inning for Cherokee, they lead 5-2 over Eastern in the Group 4 final. Ooh, and how about Northern Burlington in the Group 3, Central Jersey Group 3 final? They are up 6-0 at the end of the 1st inning over Brick Memorial. That's just how good they are. In South Jersey Group 3, they don't play until 7 o'clock tonight, but that game is hardly even South Jersey at all. It's the Toms River Schools, South versus East. Strike called, 1-2. Pokrovsky set, and he got him. 4 Ks for Luke Pokrovsky. He's got 2 in each frame. And those Ks are becoming more and more valuable by the day for the future Quaker. We're through 2. It's 3-1. Rally towels were, or at least until, yeah, there we go. The rally towels are in full effect here for Schalick. They lead this thing 3-1 as we go to the 2, 3, and 4 slot in the top of the 3rd. Schalick batted 7 in the 2nd. Got the game tied by Enrico Hatz. Got the lead with Joseph Tyler Fleming, and then Elijah Cummings extended the lead to 3 on a sacrifice fly to center. And this Audubon team didn't have a response in the bottom half with 2 strikeouts and a flyout at the hands of Pokrovsky. 0-1 is a strike, and it's 0-2. Caladros again came into this match with a sub-2 ERA of 1.91. One's outside, 1-2. Obviously a little bit higher than Pokrovsky's 0.77, but when it comes to the playoffs, I mean, somebody could throw a pitcher with a 15 ERA and have the game of their life and win it. I was here on Tuesday for, again, the semifinal round versus Maple Shade. Audubon won that game 4-1, and they beat former 2023 sectional champions Buna 4-0 in the second round, and then Paulsboro 12-1 in the first round. But Audubon baseball and softball holding the #1 seed in both brackets as there's a swing and a miss. Watt is down on strikes. I mean, this feels almost a reverse of what you'd expect out of Schalick. The top 3 hitters don't have much to say right now, of course. I mean, that psyche could change a million ways from one as we move along. But we're in the top of the 3rd inning, and, you know, second time through the order hasn't been too kind to the top 3 or even the top 4. Ground ball, right side. There's the announcer's jinx as it's a base hit in the right field for Seepers. Gets one through the right side past a diving Marte. This could set up a double play opportunity here for Jamari Whitley. Hit one to center field for his hit in the 2nd. As a part of, again, that big 3-run frame, but Schalick really turned it around. Went down in order with 2 flyouts and a ground out in the 1st. That ball's hit well, right center field. Bozarth going back, he didn't judge it right. This is gonna take a couple of hops. It's off the right center fence. Going over to 3rd is gonna be Seepers. He's in there, it's a double. Jamari Whitley rings one out to the right center gap. And with one away, it's back-to-back for Schalick again. As now it'll be the #4 hitter, check that #5 hitter, Lucas D'Agostino. (1-0). So a single, then a double move Seepers to 3rd. Out to the right center gap. Whitley now 2 for 2. D'Agostino swings and misses. Looked like a sinker ball that time. 1-1. Swing and a miss there. 1-2 now. Schalick up 3-1 here in the top of the 3rd. Hit out to right field. This one's up. This one's deep. Going back. Stockland, he makes the catch. Runner will tag. Both will. And it's 4-1. Schalick with another sacrifice fly for the 2nd out of the inning. So the Cougars now jumping out to a 4-1 lead. 3 runs in the 2nd and now another one in the 3rd. Brings up Glaspie now. There's a strike called. No balls, 1 strike. Skips in. Schalick's dugout getting excited. Big swing and a miss there, 1-2. And if Audubon can limit the damage, I wouldn't say that this game is a wrap by any means. I mean, these two teams have been through the thick of it for a while now. And again, Audubon, playing 27 games as opposed to Schalick playing 23. Audubon's been getting a little bit extra in the regular season. There's a swing and a miss. He got him. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the third. Schalick gets another on the board with a sac fly to center field, and it's 4-1. Bottom of the third now. Schalick up in this one, 4-1. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy with the most organic food products available in South Jersey, along with toys, cages, accessories, and much, much more. You can visit today or 7 days a week at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon. Brogley is the batter. 9-1-2 for the Green Wave. Brogley followed by Will. Oh, look out. I almost ripped a hole in the netting there for Pokrovsky, who is sitting 92 on that fastball, at least according to what we heard. Again, Pokrovsky, the left-hander, committed to Penn. He'll have at least one season with his older brother, Jarrett Pokrovsky, who is also at Penn. That one's high. 3 balls, 1 strike. I mean, listen, if Pokrovsky can get a little bit rattled here versus the 9-hitter, a scrawny freshman in Brogley, opens up a lot of doors, and he does. He walks him. And Audubon getting a little bit extra life in that dugout. I mean, Pokrovsky has allowed his fair share of walks this year. He's allowed 28 following that one, at least. That was his first of the ball game. But he's already got 4 strikeouts, and certainly plenty of reasons for Pokrovsky to have some confidence here, now facing off against the Rutgers commit, Wiltsey. Wiltsey walked. He came around to score in his first at-bat. On the error in center field off the bat of Joseph Tyler Fleming. This one's up. This one's back. You can kiss that baseball goodbye. Tyler Wiltsey rings that ball out of the yard as he did versus Maple Shade in the semis. It's 4-3. That baseball may not have landed yet, as a moonshot to left field makes it a 1-run game, and it's the first home run Pokrovsky has allowed all season. 4-3. Wow. Wiltsey feeling the summer of swing, as for the second time in the playoffs he goes yard. And it's a 1-run game. I'm sure the folks in New Brunswick love to see it. I would really like to know where that baseball landed, because as soon as it hit the bat, everyone rose from their seats like they were about to sing a hymn. And it's 1-1. How about it? 1-run game. He scores Brogley, and listen, I mean, Pokrovsky got a little bit shaken up there in that at-bat versus Brogley, the 9-hitter, couldn't find his footing. And now he pays for it with the home run by Wiltsey. A solo shot hurts a lot less than a 2-run jack, but it's now 3-1. Wiltsey with his 3rd home run of the year. It's his 8th in his career. He's had multiple home runs in every season, 2 each as a freshman and as a sophomore. 1 as a junior in 2024, and then that was also in the playoffs last year, and now 3 this season. Kaladros at the plate, a .276 hitter this year. 11 RBIs, 21 for 76. Pokrovsky gets him down. And it's the first out. Here's Bantle. Bantle might be the, I mean, I don't know how to describe him. Listen, you know, for those who don't know, I went to Audubon. I've lived here for the past 19 years of my life, and I have never seen a baseball player that has so much energy like Trent Bantle. He's a polarizing guy. If you go to Audubon or if you live in the town, a lot of people like him. But I know a lot of visiting people who don't like his style of play. And who knows if his style of play will fly at the college level at Rutgers-Camden. I mean, Ryan Kulik is a very disciplined coach. He wants to make sure that, oh, look out there. I mean, he's got a lot of theatrics to his name. When he played right field, I remember when I was here, he was shouting and screaming. There's just so much energy in that kid. And he fouls it back. But there's a reason why he's in the 3 spot. He gets the job done. Floated a fly ball to center field and drove in the game's first run. You know, I can't sit here and say that, you know, Bantle, what he does is bad for the game. I don't think it is. Do I think that his style of play will change once he gets up to the collegiate level? Absolutely. I think that he is using this kind of, you know, expressive liberty in high school to his advantage, and I don't mind that. And I'm sure if you're a Schalick fan, it might not sit right with you, but just coming from my perspective, I think that he is somebody who is a really interesting individual. That's a ground ball. It's going to be skipped up. Look at this play at short. Not going to get anything. It's an infield base hit for Trent Bantle. And the fireworks continue here in Audubon. He's got a 1-out base hit as a successor to Wiltsey's 2-run home run. And the batter is now Furness. Audubon hasn't won a sectional championship in 8 years. Their last was 2017 when they downed, actually I can't remember who they downed, but they won it, and then they made it to Middlesex and really threw away a chance at a state title. But Schalick's been around and been in contention for a lot longer. And they have, or I should say, they have been fighting for a championship for a lot longer. 33 years since their last title in 1992. Sean O'Brien taking over in the last few years. I mean, listen, when these two teams played in 2011, it was the last year that Audubon, it was the second last year that Audubon won a state title. They won title number 7, 2011, won their most recent in 2012. They're back to first not in time. But with that being said, when Schalick and Audubon last played, it was on this field in May of 2011. Schalick was 4-16 that year. They were the 16 seed. Audubon was the 1 seed, and they haven't met in 14 years before today. I've said before, I suggested it when I was in high school, that these two teams will make a very good non-conference bout. But obviously things are a little different. Pokrovsky's up to 54 pitches here. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Wiltsey brought some life back into the game for the home side with a 2-run home run to left field. Over the fence out there and towards the barrage of fans. Here's the 0-2. Pokrovsky looks back at first. He delivers. Fastball. Got on top of it. This could be 2. They throw it to second for 1. On the first is in time! He got him! Around the horn they go, and they stop the threat with Furness stopping a little short at first base. And through 3, it's Schalick 4 and Audubon 3 as the Green Wave cut into the lead, but not enough. We'll be right back. We welcome you back here to Hank Greenberg Field. It's time for DWB Trivia Time here in the 4th inning. Today's question is, in which year did the Philadelphia Phillies win 102 games, their most in franchise history? A, 2011, B, 2008, C, 1993, or D, 1983. Those are your options for today, and we'll reveal the answer in the bottom of the 4th inning. Before we get going, the athletic trainer for Audubon is now meeting with the umpires. There's 3 umpires today for the sectional finals. I believe everything a semifinal and past has to have a 3-man crew. And the Schalick trainer is coming out too. My premature assumption is that somebody's dehydrated. I mean, this is the first really hot day of the year. It's 86 degrees. We could be getting up to 90 later on. Early next week. Yeah, they're giving the umpire a bottle of water, so I think that he might have been dehydrated. But either way, they will all break, and it looks like we're going to get back going here. So, yeah, I was confused why they weren't going, but now Caladros is going to have an extra warm-up pitch or two to make sure that he is ready. There's a little bit of clouds that have gone over the venue here. So now Schalick will step back in with a 1-run lead. Audubon got 2 runs back on a 2-run shot to left by Tyler Wiltsey, his 3rd of the year. One-0 count. 2 balls, no strikes. It's 7, 8, and 9. Hats, Fleming, and Cummings. But if I'm If I'm Nick Caladros, I'd be worried about those three. Those are the three batters that have done the most. It's a 3-0 count here. Hatz had an RBI double to tie the game in the top of the second inning as a part of a 3-run spot for Schalick. Three-0 catches his own. It's 3-1. Caladros set. Senior right-hander kicks and delivers. Wants a little tapper foul, and we go back from 3-0 back to a full count. So Caladros with 3 balls to start the at-bat. Now gets a strike called and a foul. And the full count. He got him. What a comeback by Caladros. He strikes out Hatz, coming back from a 3-0 deficit in the at-bat. And that's what we like to call a gentleman's strikeout right there. Caladros does it. And now it's the 8-hitter Joseph Tyler Fleming. By the way, the report from Al Muskowitz, the home plate umpire, was having heat discomfort and therefore needed some water. I mean, listen, those umpires are wearing pads, they're wearing polos, they're wearing long, thick pants, and special shoes as well. Not to mention the fact that they've got a hat on and a dark metal face mask over their heads. We see a lot of times umpires during the summer have some issues with heat and heat exhaustion. It's unfortunate, but listen, these baseball players, they've got the moisture-wicking jerseys. They've got all of this technology. Jersey technology has been updated in the last 10 or so years. Umpiring tech hasn't been updated in like 80 years. Those are the same thing. Like, the umpires used to wear like wedding suits back when they umped in the 40s and 50s. This is a ground ball to Wiltsey. Throw to first is in time. 2 away. I mean, I'm not kidding. Look up a picture of an umpire from the 1940s or the 1950s. It's going to look like they have to leave in the 5th inning to go to a reception, or to go some kind of an inauguration or something. But Fleming grounds out to short. I think a big shutdown inning here by Caladros could really swing the game in the favor of the Green Wave. I mean, it sounds obvious, but you think about everything that Schalick and Audubon have done today. Schalick jumped out to a 3-run lead. That one's fouled off the foot of Cummings, the shortstop. And I think about it in these terms. I think about the fact that Audubon at this point in time is a little bit rejuvenated. That 2-run home run, if Wiltsey had hit a single and 2 runs have scored that way, the energy just isn't the same when you don't crank a ball 20 feet over the fence. That sends everybody into just a wild frenzy. So now that energy is there, they can get a little bit more life and get back into it. And for Schalick, you have to stop that in its tracks. You can't wait until it's too late to fend off a comeback. Count is 1-1. Caladros to Cummings, who had a sac fly in the second. That one's lined center field. Stocklin lines up under it, and he makes the catch. Inning over. Schalick goes down in order, and the Green Wave are 1 run away from tying this, and Pokrovsky has a little bit less of a cushion, but still, indeed, a 1-run cushion. We go to the bottom of the fourth right. Bottom of the fourth inning. It's time for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, in which year did the Philadelphia Phillies win 102 games, the most in one season in franchise history? Is it A, 2011, B, 2008, C, 1993, or D, 1983? My producer, Vincent Vogt, do you have a guess?
I'm going with 93.
2011. You were on the wrong end of that one. 2011 was the year that the Phillies, despite losing in the NLDS to the St. Louis Cardinals, won 102 games in the regular season. And, well, think about it this way. Think about it in this context. As we circle it right back around to the ball game today, is that Schalick is 21-2. They have 2 losses. Audubon is 20-7. They have 5 more losses than Schalick, and indeed they have 3 losses in their own division, the Colonial Liberty. But sometimes winning doesn't mean everything. I mean, you would think it does, but Audubon's played more games and they've had a little bit more bumps in the road. They had 1 loss in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in their spring break trip as a diving stop. What a throw. Ball got away. Thought he might have gotten him, but D'Agostino backs him up in right. It'll be an infield single for Gabe McCracken, who was the starter on Tuesday in Audubon's win over Maple Shade, 4-1. And now the batter will be Chase Bozarth, the right fielder. Hit a fly ball to straightaway right field in the bottom of the second. Schalick 4, Audubon 3. Sectional final. We've got one more sectional final tomorrow at Gloucester Catholic. It's a battle that may be the only game in the state that can trump this one. It's Bishop Eustace and Gloucester Catholic, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Inside to Bozarth. One. Gets a big swing and a miss there. Looked a little bit off kilter there by Pokrovsky. And it's 1-2. Throw back to first, not in time. No word yet on if we're doing a state semifinal. This year, the Central teams are hosting. So regardless of who wins this game, even if Audubon wins this game, they will not have any more home games for the rest of the season. As there's a swing and a miss, Bozarth goes down. It's strikeout number 6 for Pokrovsky, makes it 99 on the season. Somebody's got to break out the archives and see who was the last pitcher to strike out 100 batters in back-to-back seasons. I mean, I can't say I've ever seen that before. Not to mention the fact that he's got 350 plus in his career. And we were talking about the Phillies and their franchise record for winning 2011. First of all, they are not winning right now. They're down 9-1 to Toronto. But you know what? This game. You know what? The Phillies game. The Phillies fans should just turn off NBC Sports Philadelphia and watch this game. This is a much better. This is a much better product right now. 4-3 in the bottom of the fourth. 1-1. That one is high. Schofield struck out his first time. Pokrovsky had 2 strikeouts to end the first. Had 2 strikeouts to end the second. And he's got 6 total. As we said, 99. He needed 7 to cross 100 this year after having 132 as a junior. Again, the commit to Penn for 1 season. Unless Jarrett Pokrovsky takes a grad year, he'll have at least 1 season with his older brother Jarrett, also a Schalick graduate, at Penn. One of the more beautiful college fields in the tri-state area. A lot of Philly baseball teams get not in time. LaSalle is renewing their program after it closed in 2021. They're coming back for the 2026 season. A lot of South Jersey products headed there. This one's blooped. Right center, it gets down. On his horse, headed to third, is going to be McCracken. It's picked up by JTF. He'll get in there. It's a base hit. Now the ball gets away. Schofield holds, and the former Tartan turns the blue and white into the green and gold, and with a swing of gold, bloops it to right center, and the tying run is 90 feet away. I mean, McCracken read that instantly, and I think that this sounds a little bit crazy to say, but McCracken being a pitcher, he's able to read a lot faster that ball is going to get down and that it was going to be trouble. Pokrovsky is hanging on the side of the mound. He has his hat off. I think it was the umpire that was waiting. As we said, the home plate umpire did have a delay earlier in the inning because of a heat exhaustion issue. I think he's got some kind of a cooling towel on the back of his neck, it looks like, which will be very important. As we said, not only is it 86 degrees today, it's also not that windy. I mean, the wind is more of a breeze instead of anything that would be beneficial to the players on the field. But the winner of this game will play either the Middlesex Blue Jays or the Point Pleasant Beach Garnet Gulls. There's a strike. Point Pleasant Beach has won the Central Jersey Group 1 championship 2 years in a row. We actually saw them versus Gloucester in the state semifinal back last year when South teams hosted. Here's the 0-1 to Marte. No, that's not Marte. They fooled us. That is number 12. That is Connor Chester pinch hitting for Pedro Marte. So after one at bat, they decide to pull the plug on the second baseman. I'm not sure what they're going to do here in terms of defensive changes, but Chester with a little bit of big time power. Maybe an opportunity to. I mean, this is the one situation where an early pinch hitting situation does make sense. It's 3-1. To Chester. Walk loads to bases. Swings and misses. There's a strike 3. 2 down. By the way, Middlesex leads Point Pleasant Beach 4-1 in the top of the 5th. The winner of this game plays again either Middlesex or Point Pleasant Beach. That is Pokrovsky's 100th strikeout of the season. It's his 7th of the night, and now Matt Brogley looks to play hero. He walked versus Pokrovsky in his only plate appearance today. But as we said, the game that really matters, I mean, obviously all 4 finals are going on for South Jersey. Right? Actually, 3 of 4 finals are going on for South Jersey. The Group 3 final doesn't start until 7 o'clock tonight in Toms River, but either way, the game that matters for the players on the field is Middlesex and Point Pleasant Beach. Now, if you remember, if you're an Audubon fan, you remember that Audubon played Middlesex in 2017 and lost to them. By the way, bottom of the 4th in the Group 2 final, Haddonfield leads Collingswood 5-1. 2 outs, 2 on. He's got a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Well, if you're Audubon, you'd love to get Tyler Wiltsey up with. You'd love to get him up with at least 2 runners on. But with Brogley down 0-2, I think the ball is in Pokrovsky's hand, literally and figuratively. Here's the 0-2, fouled back. By the way, Group 4 sectional champions have been crowned. Cherokee downed Eastern 5-4. Brett Gable with the win. Martin with the loss. Sophomore Cooper Birdie with the save. Cherokee the 1 seed, downing the 2 seed Eastern. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss. Big shutdown for Luke Pokrovsky. He strikes out another. He's got 8 this afternoon, and they leave the go-ahead and tying runs on base for the Green Wave. Schalick leads it by 1 after 4 frames.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Four innings down here in Audubon. It's 4-3 Schalick. Audubon left 2 runners on, and Pokrovsky got a great break as, well, I mean, listen, you don't get much better than that. You strike out 3 batters, including the 8 and the 9 batter. Maybe the one blemish is that you start the 5th with the leadoff man. But you know what? It's still a win-win, because if I'm Pokrovsky, I don't want to face Wiltsey with the bases loaded. And he had walked Brogley in his first at-bat. So he came back, dominated the AB, struck him out, and picked up his 8th of the afternoon. Calandros delivers. There's a swing and a miss. Pokrovsky, the batter, he's 0 for 2. And despite being a .480 hitter coming into this game with 10 home runs, Nick Calandros, for the most part, has held him at bay. Here's the 1-1. Popped way up there. Furness waves everybody off. And Brogley still ran into him, and they make the catch. I mean, they've got to communicate there. That could have been very costly. Because in this game, if you're Audubon, you don't want to give Schalick any breaks. What happened in the top of the second inning? You had a fielder's choice and then just hit after hit after hit. And that was after Calandros had let himself go for a couple of pitches. And if you're Audubon, or I should say if you're Schalick, you really want that ball to get down because Pokrovsky's now 0 for 3. And even though he's been getting that job done on the mound, when you're a two-way player, you kind of have a two-faced personality going on. You've got one half of your brain that says, I'm doing great, I'm winning the game for my team. But then you have the other half that says, well, I'm 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a pop-out, and a fly-out, and I don't have anything going for me on the hitting side. And I want to help my team. So one has to overrule the other. And Pokrovsky, obviously, despite his offensive struggles, has to stay balanced, has to stay focused. Because in this situation, I mean, listen, nobody wins if you don't have a good mindset in that regard. Here's the 2-0 from Calandros to Watt, swing and a miss at the changeup low. And it's 2-1. Good amount of media personnel here today. Al Muskowitz of the Riverview Sports Network is here, although it's less than I thought there would be. I mean, obviously, our good friend Minnick was at Cherokee Eastern. Again, that game just went final 5-4 in favor of Cherokee. And the Group 3 final doesn't start until 7 o'clock tonight with Toms River South and Toms River East. The Raiders, the 2 seed hanging on in there. Thought maybe Clearview would have a chance to go all the way, but either way, I'm happy to be here. Here in my alma mater in Audubon. Here's the 3-2. That is ball 4. Just missed below. Kind of struggled all throughout that at-bat. Didn't really have the best composure or control. And now Seepers, who's 1 for 2, fly out on a single to his name today. Looks to settle back in and looks to set the record straight here against Caladros. This broadcast is brought to you by DAWG Pro Wrestling, New Jersey's premier pro wrestling organization with high-flying events and nonstop entertainment throughout the Garden State. You can visit online for more information on future events at dawgprowrestling.com. And if you're a small business owner interested in advertising with DWB, you can send us an email with an inquiry for advertising at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. We'll send you a flyer with information on how to get involved in front of South Jersey's fastest-growing broadcast organization with over 100,000 annual viewers. Schalick's fanfare's finally starting to pick up here with a 1-run lead. There's a line drive. It's past Furness in the right field. That will get to Bozarth. He picks it up at the chest. He's going to throw to third. This one's a rocket. It's on a hop. He got him! Bozarth with a laser from right field. And the youngster does it. Throws him out from right on a play that couldn't have gone any better. Chase Bozarth, after taking a bad route to the ball in the second inning, with ultimate redemption. It's a base hit for Seepers, his second, but there's now 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch to Whitley. That one is low. 1 ball, no strikes. DeAgostino will be next for Schalick if the inning continues. Man, what a play. Very, very good there from Chase Bozarth, no matter what side you're on. I mean, he just let that ball rip. 1-0. Called strike to Whitley. One ball, one strike. Wind is starting to whip a little bit more here. There's a swing and a miss to Whitley, and it's 1-2. Caladros has not had, well, he's had 4 Ks tonight, but they've all been pretty spread out. He hasn't had more than 1 in each inning. And in the top of the 5th, he looks to get out of a tremendous hole as Bozarth threw out the runner from deep right field on 1 hop with Matt Brogley, the freshman, applying the tag to retire Ricky Watt. Throw back to first, not in time. Also, we are not being paid for today's broadcast. If you'd like to make a contribution to Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, we have a Venmo at DW Broadcasting. No spaces, no hyphens. You can find that in the description of our YouTube video as well. And the 1-2 is downstairs. I'm a rising sophomore at Rowan College of South Jersey. My producer here, Vincent Folks, he's also a rising sophomore at Camden County College. Of course, not required by any means, but we have a large viewer base tuning in today, so I'd like to make it known. Helps towards college funds, equipment expenses, travel costs, especially when we could be going up to Central Jersey for a game on Monday. I mean, I have no idea, but again, not at all required, but I'm at least going to get that in there once because, well, finances have been tight lately. Had some equipment breakdown in May, but we're still kicking, and the 2-2 is down, 3-2 here. If you're just joining us, it's been a good game. 4-3 Schalick. Schalick jumped out to a 3-1 lead in the top of the 2nd. And Rico Hatz got Schalick's first run with an RBI double, and then Joseph Tyler Fleming broke the tie right away with a base hit to center field. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Nick Caladros strikes him out. And the Green Wave all around look a lot better than they did in the first few frames. They trail by 1, and after leaving 2 runners on in the 4th, have a little bit more to talk about in the bottom of the 5th inning. A lot of students in attendance. There were students that actually, I saw them jog from the time that, actually, hold on here. I was going to say from the time that school let out. Both athletic directors for both schools are out here. Volivar for Schalick, Carbone for Audubon. And I heard applause of some kind. Again, Carbone is talking to the third base umpire. There's not sure what's going on here. First base umpire is going back to his position. Everybody seems to be going back, but yeah, I mean, I thought maybe it was something involving a fan or something because, you know, both athletic directors were out. And usually that means that something is up, but in this case, just meant that I think the umpires were either being taken care of or something was being taken care of. Wiltsey's the batter. He homered in his last at-bat. Don't forget it. 2-run shot to left. Long ball has been the last scoring marker for the Green Wave in this one. They made it a 4-3 game, and then the last inning and a half has been scoreless. No runs in the fourth for either side, and then no runs for Schalick in the top of the fifth. Wiltsey makes a big swing and a miss. That's 9 for Pokrovsky. He's feeling it out there. 1 away. Caladros and then Banel here for Audubon. Schalick's on their A game here. I mean, they had that 2-run home run may have been the biggest thing that Luke Pokrovsky has given up this season. 5 earned runs going into this start, 0.77 ERA. You got to tip your cap somehow, but Audubon's looking to beat them. They're not looking to admire. They're not looking to you know, look back at the film and say, where do we go wrong? They want to look back at the film and say, where do we go right against one of the best pitchers to ever grace not only a Schalick uniform, not only a uniform within the grasps of the Tri-County Conference, but maybe a South Jersey and a New Jersey all-timer as well. That one is down. I mean, the fact that he's going to Penn, not to say that Penn is a bad program by any means. They do a great job over there, and obviously Jarrett Pokrovsky, his older brother, is something that they can bond over when they're in Philadelphia. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you know, SEC teams had his number. I mean, I don't know. I can't confirm that, but Luke Pokrovsky is so good, and lefties are worth their weight in gold. And a lefty who can sit 92-93, strike out 350 batters in a high school career. That one's over the head. This one's out too short. This is a tough play. Diving in the first. He's safe. Ooh, that's a tough play. They're going to say he got pulled off the bag. Caladros gets in there. It's a tough one. Don't really hear any argument from Sean O'Brien. I think he may have had a good view on that one from the Schalick dugout. But either way, it's a base hit, and they're going to have a pinch runner, a courtesy runner for the pitcher. It's number 3, Tommy Quinn, the senior. A lot of seniors on this crew for Audubon, 13 in total. I mean, I think that's what gives Audubon such a powerful... Oh, they got him at first! Tommy Quinn is on the bases for one pitch, and he gets picked off. 2 down. Huge mistake there, and the Green Wave pay for it dearly. 2 down. And now right away, attacks Banel again. It's 0-1. How about it? Quinn was right there, and then he was gone. That one's high. A little bit of a dirt kick out there by Trent Banel. Again, he's kind of I think some people could call him the villain here. It's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2, but Pokrovsky's looking to shut him down and get this visiting crowd louder than the home crowd. He's got 10 strikeouts, including one versus Tyler Wiltsey. Again, Caladros had the base hit. And then Quinn, his adversary on the bases, got picked off. Oh, and he hits him. He hit him right in the back. Pokrovsky takes off his cap. He stares down Banel. Banel showing up the Schalick dugout. And the first base umpire going over and telling Banel to cool it. The first base coach is over there as well. I mean, he got fired up. Pokrovsky stared him down, and Banel showed up the first base dugout. Warnings are going to be issued to the benches here. Or maybe not formal warnings, but I saw the third base, second base umpire point his finger at the Schalick dugout. If there's going to be one guy that might send this game over the edge, it might be the man on first base. And in a sectional final, you cannot afford that. Because an ejection is an automatic 2-game suspension, no matter the context. And there's no appeal process either. It's not like Major League Baseball where you can kick the can down the road. The umpires have the final say. So Banel had his words, he had his say, and now I think it's best for him to play the game the way that the umpires want him to play, which that may be impossible. The 0-2's a swing and a miss. Pokrovsky strikes him out. He's got 11. And the inning is over. A single and a hit by pitch, no runs. Green Wave down to their last 6 outs. And Schalick looking for insurance in a wild game. It's 4-3 after 5.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
So in between innings, the home plate umpire was sitting down in the Audubon dugout where the coaches are, and Volivar, the Schalick AD, was just in the dugout with the home plate umpire. So obviously there's something going on here because, I mean, again, I don't want to speculate, but I think that they are trying their best to make sure that this game doesn't spiral in any way. And again, I'm not the kind of person that's going to say that's going to try to stir the pot, but yeah, actually there were 2 umpires that were sitting in the dugout that time. Part of it could be the heat-related issues. Again, once we get to an 86-degree day in July, we're going to be thinking, oh, it's not that bad. But this is the first really hot day of the year, and sometimes it takes time to get used to it, you know? So, again, Volivar and Carbone being in the dugout with the umpires could mean nothing. It could mean absolutely nothing. But considering what happened in the bottom of the 5th inning, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a little bit more than that. Because this game is barely hanging on the rails. Banel got hit right in the back with a fastball in the low 90s. And then he showed his colors, if you will, towards the Schalick dugout. That one's outside. 2 balls, no strikes to D'Agostino, the 5-hitter for Schalick. And it's 3-0. D'Agostino didn't even attempt it. For the record, Pokrovsky's at 92 pitches. The limit is 110. Kaladros is right now, I can't tell with the glare on the scoreboard, but it looks like low 80s right now. Swing and a miss. Well, it wouldn't be the first time Kaladros had a 3-0 count and now could come back for the gentleman's strikeout. Three balls, 2 strikes. Kaladros set 5, 6, and 7 for Schalick. He got him. Strike 3. D'Agostino down on strikes. There's one away. And this now sets up a spot for Glaspie. He's 1 for 2 at a base hit and came around to score in the second. Struck out his last time. Kaladros now with 6 Ks on the afternoon. Here from the Hank Greenberg Field, you're watching coverage of South Jersey Group 1 Championship Baseball on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. That one is a foul ball. Bannell picked it up quickly behind the plate, but the home plate umpire waved it dead, and it's 0-1. If you have any questions or comments about today's broadcast, drop me a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. Again, we also have a Venmo at DW Broadcasting that helps towards college funds, travel expenses, and equipment costs. Of course, not required, but extraordinarily appreciated. One-on-one here. Pitch number 85 for the senior right-hander. Swing and a miss there, 1-2. We talked about in the last frame that Audubon needed a shutdown inning, and Bozar throwing out the runner from right field could have been that spark. But Pokrovsky just got right back into it, and the defense backed him up. Pokrovsky got Quinn picked off, and there's strike 3. He struck out 3 in a row. And Nick Kaladros rocking and rolling. There's another one, and now it's Enrico Hatz. Again, I think the biggest kryptonite for Audubon here was that Schalick's 3-run outburst was entirely a product of the bottom half of the order. Hatz tied the game. Joseph Tyler Fleming took the lead, and then the 9-hitter, Elijah Cummings, extended the lead. That is one of the biggest thank yous that any head coach can receive from his team. I mean, you've got, again, multiple star-studded players like Seepers, Watt, and Pokrovsky. That goes without saying. But the fact that, first of all, it's an 0-2 count. This crowd's fired up. I mean, this would be 4 in a row and a strikeout the side. We'll see if Audubon can stay on their feet or if Schalick will force them to be grounded. Here's the 0-2. That one's high. Can't see any action in the Audubon bullpen. If Schalick were to warm up somebody, it would be down the right field line on the grass. We'll see. It's 1-2. Kaladros delivers. Changeup down. I do love Kaladros' changeup. I mean, listen, I've been covering Audubon games less so this year, but, 23 and 24, I was here a lot, and I just loved how that changeup has progressed. It's gotten more and more arc every year. That time, though, he didn't bite. This time, again, he doesn't bite, and a good reason not to. That one was in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Full count here versus Enrico Hatz. The first 3 batters, D'Agostino and Glaspie, struck out. Kaladros has 7 on the afternoon. As they trail it 4-3, the last 2 frames in full have been scoreless. Last offensive mark came in the bottom of the 3rd on a 2-run home run to left by Tyler Wiltsey. There's strike 3. He got him. Nick Kaladros stands triumphant over his home mound that he has graced for the past 4 years. And this could be the biggest inning of them all, at least to this very juncture. It's 4-3 going to the bottom of the 6th here in Audubon. here at Hank Greenberg Field. Again, the last couple of innings, the umpires have been sitting in the Audubon dugout. You could see in there right now, Rich Horan. Rich Horan right now is actually out of the dugout. There's pitching coach Wade Geis and assistants Ryan Knoll and Ryan Boland, along with Dylan Tassie. Bottom of the 6th. First pitch is a strike. Pokrovsky again nearing that pitch limit. It's McCracken, Bozarth, and Schofield as the Green Wave are looking for their first offensive input in 3 innings. 4-3 Schalick. Schalick, if they win tonight, would be sectional champions for the first time in 33 years, dating back to 1992. And he got him. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. McCracken goes down. It's 11. For Luke Pokrovsky, he's got back-to-back. One away in the bottom of the 6th. I mean, Luke Pokrovsky, here's the problem. I don't think that he can go the full distance. Because Audubon likes to fight. They were not in that way, but in the foul balls during an at-bat way. That one was a strike there. He's thrown 4 straight strikes here, and now gets another one to start versus Bozarth. Gets another one. He's at 97. Again, the most he can throw is 13 more, and then he can finish that at-bat. Strike there. 1-2 is the count. But still, every pitch that he throws, and that foul ball doesn't help. Even if Audubon doesn't get any base runners on, the closer that they get to forcing him out of the game is going to be a positive note for Audubon. They'll have Bozarth and then Schofield, who's 1 for 2. Bozarth is 0 for 2. Fly out to right and a strikeout. As a part of the strikeout brigade from Luke Pokrovsky. Here's the 1-2. Little dribbler. Pokrovsky's got it. Throw to first is in time. And there's 2 down. Cougars are 4 outs away from taking a trophy back to Salem County. Little dribbler that time, 1-3, as that was 100. I am curious, though, how far Sean O'Brien will let this go. I mean, do you let him finish the inning and then bring in a closer for the 7th? Or do you let him literally get to the brink and then pull him? Schofield swings and misses at the first pitch, taking a big hack that time. And if you do get him here and face the minimum, this is even better for Schalick. They've got 8, 9, and 1. There's another swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Pokrovsky making this game fly in an instant. He's got a strikeout this inning and has made very quick work of the Audubon faithful as that one is up and away, 1-2. That's 103. I don't see him starting the 7th. Here's the 1-2. He got him! 13, Luke Pokrovsky. And with both teams donning green and gold, the one from Salem County and Upper Pittsgrove are 3 outs away from crowning their first sectional championship in the sport of baseball since 1992. We'll be right back, going to the 7th, 4-3 Schalick. Well, the 600-win head coach has officially put in his pledge for Nick Caladros. He's staying out there for the 7th inning. It's 4-3 Schalick. No runs have come in since the bottom of the 3rd. As with both pitchers racing towards the pitch limit, we've got a strike called. And it's 0-1. Caladros is at 93. I think he can realistically finish the inning, and Audubon doesn't have to put in anybody in the bullpen. I don't see anybody down there, but there's a green wooden board that's blocking our view of the bullpen. But Schalick's not warming up anybody either unless they're utilizing that bullpen with Audubon. It's a 50-50 situation. Sometimes teams warm up down the right field line here on the grass. But I think in a sectional final, if you want your pitcher to be, I mean, those are full-fledged mounds out there. So I wouldn't be shocked if Schalick just kind of bites the bullet and decides to throw in that area instead. It's 2-1, though. Green Wave went down in order in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's J.T. Fleming at the dish, followed by Elijah Cummings and Luke Pokrovsky. I was corrected that even though on NJ.com it's listed as Joseph Tyler Fleming, he does go by J.T. There's a hot shot out towards short. Wiltsey ranges to the right. He gathers. Throw to first. It's in time. He got him. And there's one away. J.T. tried to break it out and tried to use that efficient speed out of the 8 slot, but no cigar. There's one away. Regardless of who wins tonight, stay tuned for the DWB postgame show presented by DAWG Pro Wrestling for our dog of the game. Here's Elijah Cummings, the shortstop. Sacrifice fly to center in the 2nd inning. Caladros ready. Here's the pitch. Fly ball got jammed. Marte going out. He's got it. He calls for it, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Can't ask for much more than that, really. Just a simple fly ball. Got the 9-hitter under it. And after the prolific 2nd inning that Schalick had, their 7, 8, and 9 hitters have been 0 for 6. Which, in all fairness, that's a good turnaround. But here's Luke Pokrovsky. He's been dominant on the mound, but has actually been a little bit beside himself at the plate. He hasn't really been himself out there. He's 0 for 3. He's got a fly out to right, a strikeout, and a pop up to first. 1-0. Here's the pitch to Pokrovsky. High chopper. Wiltsey's got it again. Same song, 2nd verse. Fires at the 1st, and this time he got him again. Throw down is in time. Pokrovsky argues it, but the inning is over. Pokrovsky, we don't know if he's going to come out for the 7th. He's got 6 pitches before, by state mandates, he has to go. But this will be the difference. You can feel the tension rising by fans of both variants of green and gold. Schalick 4, Audubon 3, bottom of the 7th. It all comes down to this. For all the marbles, we'll be right back. What a game this has been, and Luke Pokrovsky is in. The last warm-up pitch he threw was very slow and wide, but He's got 8, 9, and 1, leading us off. And now a left-hander is up, pinch hitting. That looks like number 14. That would be Josh Nolan hitting here in the bottom of the 7th. Why do you pinch hit a left-hander against a lefty? They're going to try it, but he's got 6 pitches to fight. There's a strike. So it'll be Nolan. Brogley's in the on-deck circle. That one's way high. The hope here is that Audubon uses all 6 of Pokrovsky's pitches before he has to come out. Because I think it's pretty much guaranteed at this point that he cannot finish this game. It's outside. 2-1. I mean, Nolan may literally only be at the plate because of plate discipline. He might just not swing and see if he can get something good. It's 3-1. That's 108. I think I see what they're doing here. Lefty-lefty matchup. It's thrown us all off guard. Here we go. For 109. It's high. It's ball 4. And that should be Pokrovsky's night. Well, he can finish this at bat, though. He's at 109. The state limit is 110. And he's going to have Matt Brogley, who he walked in the 3rd, as the batter. Free pass to Nolan. That 8 slot had struck out twice today, whether it was Marte or Chester. The runner at first is now number 20, who is Aaron Pilla, the sophomore. So this, for sure, is Pokrovsky's last batter. He bunts. He made contact. Man, that's a tough one. I mean, that's a freshman mistake right there. I think Brogley needed to save there, because he almost hit the bat in the dirt trying to swing instead of pulling back. Your mentality here is you should pull back or else. But that was pitch number 110. They throw back to first, not in time. But now, Pilla's the tying run. This is unbelievable. Comes right down to this. Just like last year, Woodstown Gloucester, if you remember. Brogley bunts again, foul tip, and it's 0-2. Wiltsey's next, though. So Wiltsey's in the on-deck circle knowing, I'm not facing this guy. He knows it, because that's the state rule. And Pokrovsky is now at 111. Caladros is at 101. I mean, let's not forget that extra innings are a possibility. It's not like we go 7 innings and then go home, but that is a possibility tonight if Audubon ties it. Brogley, foul. Didn't get a lot of great contact that time, but he still got contact, and the count's 0-2. But again, with Sean O'Brien knowing, and everybody knows it, that this has to be Pokrovsky's last batter. It's putting everyone on edge. For the freshman, third baseman Matt Brogley, they throw back, Pilla dives. If I'm Aaron Pilla, I'm not even thinking about stealing second. It is not in the realm of possibility. Because why would you? Imagine getting caught stealing to end a team's hopes of a sectional run. Brogley fouls it back again. That's 113 for Pokrovsky. Pokrovsky talking with his first baseman, Enrico Hatz. Maybe possibly expecting another pickoff move there. Middlesex has beaten Point Pleasant Beach 7-1. The winner of this game will play the Blue Jays on Monday. Brogley, way down. It's blooped. It drops. He'll get down. The freshman has done his job to perfection. It's a base hit. Matt Brogley. Everyone went silent, and Pokrovsky's day will end with Matt Brogley winning the battle. What a night for Luke Pokrovsky. 13 strikeouts, 3 runs, and the sectional championship in Group 1 hangs in the balance. A trip to Middlesex is confirmed for Monday for whoever gets the final 3 outs. Lucas D'Agostino is coming in. We'll be right back. He talks real quick with his catcher, Audubon, many of them standing. D'Agostino, the senior right-hander, is the successor, hand-picked for Luke Pokrovsky. 1.05 ERA, 33 and a third innings, 17 walks, 56 strikeouts. Wiltsey's homered earlier tonight. What can he do versus the new fella? Big swing and a miss, 0-1. Wiltsey, 1 for 2, a walk in the first. He came around to score, a 2-run home run in the third. That was the last run to be scored by either side. The 0-1. Another strike there. D'Agostino, he's pumping it good. A career 4.36 ERA, but he's brought it down significantly in his senior campaign. And no better time than now. That one's high. 1-2. Luke Pokrovsky's day ends with 13 strikeouts, 3 runs allowed, 2 of them earned. Ending his, at least this season, with 7 earned runs. Ground ball. There's one. Throw to first. Oh! Collision! He's out! The first baseman was on top of the bag, and Tyler Wiltsey is out. It's a double play. Schalick turns it around, and they've got 2 down. Wow. D'Agostino rolls the dice, and he's got a double play. Rich Horan's coming out and arguing, or at least looking for an explanation. It looked like the first baseman was over the bag. I'm curious if he's going to ask for the umpires to convene, but he had the best angle of anybody right on top of first base. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And that trophy is one step closer to coming back to Upper Pittsgrove. First pitch. Strike called to Caladros. This inning started with high hopes for Audubon. A walk to Josh Nolan. And then a base hit by Matt Brogley to end the day for Luke Pokrovsky. A little pop-up, first base side, he calls for it. And for the first time in 33 years, the Schalick Cougars will hoist the trophy and face Middlesex on Monday. 4-3. Cougars win it. And in the battle of green and gold, the trophy stays true with the visitors. What a finish! And Schalick will pack their bags for Middlesex and the Blue Jays when the weekend turns around to Monday. And silence in the crowd. A team that has played together for 15 or more years comes to an end on their home field, one step 90 feet away from the finish line. 4-3 Schalick. A little pop-up to first by Nick Caladros, the man who started the game, pitched all 7 innings for Schalick. He ends the game for his team, and Sean O'Brien and the Cougars can celebrate in Salem County. And there it is! 2025 Group 1 South Jersey title winners. For the first time since 1992, Schalick. What a game it was. The 2 seed knocks out the 1. And man, what heartbreak for my alma mater, Audubon. I've been doing these games for 4 years now, and they have come so close. 2023, they lost to Buna 8-4, and whatever you want to say about that game, whatever you want to say about what happened in that game, they were this was the closest Audubon had ever been to a sectional title. And if they had won tonight, they would have been on their way to Middlesex on Monday, but instead, Schalick takes the trip up 55, and Sean O'Brien and the green and gold can celebrate against the other green and gold. We'll be right back for the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting post-game interview. We'll talk to several people throughout the broadcast, throughout the post-game show. As what a day, what a night for the Schalick Cougars. They'll be heading back to Salem County with high hopes headed to Middlesex. Our first of two interviews here on the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting post-game show presented by DAWG Pro Wrestling, our dog of the game, Luke Pokrovsky. Luke, we've talked to you before. You had 13 strikeouts today, 6 innings, and even though it didn't end the way you wanted to, the game ended the way that everybody wanted to. 4-3 Schalick wins. First of all, how did you feel out there today?
I felt great. I knew I had to keep on coming out, and there was a really good team. I knew I had to work with my best stuff and work the zone, and yeah.
One of the things that was really interesting to me, I mean, going into this game, you're a 480 hitter at the plate this season. You went 0 for 4, and you know it's not always the best thing to talk about, but you won the game, so we can talk about it anyway. How did you balance that? Because if you were just pitching out there, you wouldn't have to worry about anything else. But because you were hitting at the top of the order, and Audubon pitching, it seemed to get to you today. How did you balance that and focus on the task at hand, which was throwing a really good game?
I talked to the team before, and I was like, when I pitch, I focus on pitching, and because that's the best thing I can do is pitch, and I just stick to pitching, and I can't hit when I pitch. Because it's just how it goes, because I just focus on pitching too much, and I always tell the team, I said, you got to pick me up when I can't hit, and that's what they did today.
Well, what was really interesting is that all of the offense today was really crammed into the first 3 innings. Audubon got the first run thanks to an error in center, and then you guys got 3 back, got a 4th. But then the last offensive output of the day was a Tyler Wiltsey home run. How did you recover from that and go on to throw 4 straight, or at least 3 straight shutout innings to end your night?
I knew he was the best hitter on the team, and I didn't know what he could do. I just hear what he can do. So I tried to challenge him a little bit, and he got the best of it. But I had to come back next round. I think he was expecting off speed, so I came back with the fastball 3 times.
And you absolutely got it. And tonight, you know, this was a big milestone for you as well. Back-to-back seasons with 100 Ks brings you up to 363, which I have never heard of any of that before in high school. I've heard it in college. I've heard it in the pros. Don't think I've ever heard of it in high school. But this is big for you guys. Middlesex beat Point Pleasant Beach. You guys are headed there on Monday. What is the task now? This is the team's first sectional championship in 33 years on this field, back when Chuck Tortella was the coach here at Schalick. So bringing the trophy back to Salem County after all you guys have done to work to get to this point, what does it mean to you?
It was our goal from the beginning of the season. That was the first thing we said when we got into the first practice, was to do this. And after we've been practicing, I knew the team could do it, because we have a fantastic team right now. Probably it was the best I've had for 4 years, and I knew we were going to do it. I just had to keep the team positive.
It's incredible. Well, best of luck to you on Monday. Luke, we're going to do the same thing we did at the Elmer Classic. We're going to have you sign the bottom of the scorecard. Make it nice and big on the bottom. You can leave a little bit of room for Mr. O'Brien. We're going to be talking to him in a second before the team packs up and heads on the trip back to Upper Pittsgrove and back to the farm country in Schalick. Luke Pokrovsky, your player of the game, presented by DAWG Pro Wrestling. He's going to hand off the headset now to his head coach, Sean O'Brien. Sean, you got me?
Yep, I got you.
You can just move a little bit over to
Sure.
the left here. Sean, what a night for you guys. This was a tumultuous game from start to finish. Audubon got the first run, and then you guys scored 3 runs in the top of the second inning. First of all, what an amazing showcase from your bottom 3. Enrico Hatz tied the game, JT Fleming took the lead, and then Elijah Cummings extended the lead to make it 3-1. That was such a good display of offense there, because sometimes teams are a little bit top-heavy. You guys were bottom-heavy. You guys did everything you could out of the bottom of the order. First of all, what does this mean to you? This is a huge win for your program, first time in 33 years. What are you thinking right now?
These guys have been consistent all year. We played some good teams earlier in the year. We're playing Rancocas Valley, we were playing Cherry Hill West, and those teams are really good. And it was the back end of our lineup that kind of got us going in those games. So I knew why we're a tough team and a good team is because we 1 through 9, we compete at the plate. And if our top guys aren't doing their job, which they usually are, it's the bottom half doing the job. So that's kind of the makeup of a good team, and I'm proud of those guys for sticking with it. And I know things kind of quiet a little bit. Both pitchers threw really well after the first 3 innings. Teams got settled in.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was a game that was dominated by the pitcher. After Tyler Wiltsey's 2-run home run in the third, nobody scored, and that was the final. I didn't think it would be. With how many runners were on base on both sides, I thought that maybe one team was going to break through, and even in that last one, Audubon was 90 feet away after the double play. So, listen, I mean, this isn't the first time that you have brought a program that hasn't won in a while to the fruition. You did the same with Salem a couple, like maybe 12, 13 years back, and now you've got a Schalick championship for the first time since Chuck Tortella did it right here. Going into this game, it's hot, it's tough,
You bring Pokrovsky out there. You know, what did you say to him before the start? Because obviously he did very well. Did you just have the confidence in him to let him go and let him rip?
Yeah, with Luke, I know he always gives us a chance to win. Whether he's got his best stuff, when he has his good stuff, he's nearly impossible to hit. But I knew that he always gives us a chance. If he can keep us in the game, as long as we can get our offense going, I knew that we could kind of jump on teams. And these guys have worked hard. When the guys I had to say on worked hard, when they kind of buy into things and they put in the work, we have good players and we got really good kids that work really hard and they're really coachable, and they just make the job easier.
When we talk about Group 1, we talk about small-town baseball. You know, Audubon is where I grew up. I went to high school here. This is a town of about 9,000-ish people, and but it's got a lot of folks around it in the surrounding areas. You guys are in the middle of nowhere in Salem County. It means so much to build up a program from people who know what the town expects of you, who knows what the community expects of you, and knows what it means to be great. And a winning program like Schalick, right now, I believe right now you're at 22-2 after this win.
Mm-hmm.
This is so much for you guys. What does it mean to bring this title back home to Salem County and bring it back? Because this is just such a huge moment in your program's history.
And we have, I have to give at least shout-outs to Woodstown because they've had consistency and they brought a title home. They've done a great job. Salem County's got some good baseball with Pennsville, too, in there.
Oh, yeah.
So we've done a great job, and these kids have learned from a young age at the Elmer Little League, done a good job of preparing these guys. They play a lot of baseball. They work hard. They got good coaches coming up, so it makes my job a lot easier when they get to me.
Absolutely. And listen, let's talk about two more things here. Our second to last question. When we were going to the bottom of the seventh, we weren't sure if you were going to keep Pokrovsky out there. He ended the inning with 103 pitches, and then Audubon made an interesting decision and put in a lefty, Josh Nolan, to pinch hit, which I didn't understand it, but then he walked him. So originally going into that inning, obviously not knowing that Nolan was going to be the pinch hitter, did you originally want to keep Pokrovsky out there and let him go right to the brink of his pitch count?
Yeah, the thought was from the start was we're going to work him all the way till he's got his max pitch, and from there we'll bring in Lucas to close things out. So you hope that he can get through the all seven, but some innings are longer than others when you face good teams. Like those guys battle at the plate, they got some hits here and there. Like they're a tough team, so it's hard to get all seven in there with a guy. But when you have multiple guys that go in there and compete, you're confident with them too. Wasn't ideal, the situation that Lucas came into, but he's a senior and he's a guy that I've relied on all the time. And it was a stressful moment, but he's a guy that if I had somebody in that moment, he's the guy I would like.
Absolutely. Well, Sean, Monday is going to be your biggest test yet. Not only is it your first sectional final in 33 years, your first win in 33 years, you have to turn around on Monday and make a nearly 2-hour trip up to Middlesex to face the Central Jersey foe in the GMC Conference. How do you feel? How does your team feel? And what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're just going to enjoy what has happened here tonight, and then tomorrow I'll go attack and see what's going on with them. I knew coming in there following teams Point Pleasant Beach and Middlesex, they're good teams, and I knew that
they've always been Group 1 powerhouses.
They've been. I remember watching Woodstown when they went playing against Middlesex, so they're a good program. They're always tough. So whoever we got to, we knew the next round it's going to get harder. So we got to go up there, compete, and I know our pitchers will give us a chance. As offensively, we just got to do a job, and we got 2 more to take care of business, and that was the ultimate goal.
2 more, 14 innings, regardless of where you go from here. Thank you very much, Mr. O'Brien. We're going to do what Luke did. It's the DWB tradition. We're going to have you sign the bottom of the scorecard. Luke didn't give you much room.
No, he did not. I guess I go over here.
He'll be getting plenty of those at Penn in 2026, but there you go. Sean O'Brien, the coach for the Schalick Cougars with the first sectional title for Schalick in 33 years. Thank you. Go celebrate with your guys.
Thank you.
All right. That'll be all for us tonight here on DWB as Schalick will make their way back to the buses. As that will be all for us tonight. My alma mater couldn't get the job done, but a huge finish, a double play back up the middle, and then a pop out to first base by the man who started the game for the Green Wave. That sealed it. For the first time since Chuck Tortella was the head coach of Schalick, reminder, they were the team that won on this field in 1992 in Rich Horan's first season as head coach. But Schalick will bring it home and will bring the hardware to Middlesex on Monday afternoon. Our next broadcast will be Bishop Eustace at Gloucester Catholic, another instant classic. I don't know if my voice will be around in 24 hours, but either way, it's the South Jersey non-public B final from Brooklawn tomorrow afternoon.
From our entire crew here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel. Big thanks to him, by the way, for helping us out throughout the year. We wish you the best of luck at West Virginia. Caleb Lane and Carson Rosso. My producer, Vincent Vogt. I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you tomorrow at Joe Barth Field.